Hi.
Man, I'm great. Man, my eyes healed up 100%. Man, I was in for it for about 2.5 3 weeks. Um, for about the first. Well, I'll start off. I caught a thumb in my eye the Friday before fight week. So it was about 9 days from my fight that I caught the thumb in my eye, and I had a 40% cornea scratch, and I had an 8 millimeter wide scratch on the inside of my eye on the white part there that was bleeding, and it was causing all the blood inside of my eye. And I mean, it was so irritated, man. I probably couldn't open my eye for about 5 days. I couldn't turn lights on in my house. I couldn't even go outside to walk my dog. I had to get help from my buddies and stuff. And it was I mean, I've broken my hand, my collarbone, and I've dealt with some issues like that with partially torn MCLs and stuff. And that was probably the worst pain that I've ever dealt with in my life. There was no way that I was going to be able to make it to that fight, with the healing time and stuff. I tried to push the doctor to see if I would, just in case I was to heal up a little faster than they thought. And I asked the doctor, I'm like, well, what if we go into the fight and the guy accidentally eye pokes me in the same eye? And and they were like, man, you don't even have to get poked. As soon as you get your eye touched, you're going to be completely compromised and could lose, you know, partial permanent vision. And it just wasn't worth it. At that point, I'd have just been going in to fight for money, and could have risked the rest of my career really, because you got to get eye exams and stuff to be able to pass medicals for fights, and it just wasn't looking too good and with the time frame and stuff, man. So
Yeah, I mean, definitely not the way you want to kick off a pro career, right? You want to go in there with that frame of mind, knowing you're good to go. So I'm glad to hear you're 100%. If you don't mind me asking, were you striking or grappling? How did it go down?
I was striking, man. I was doing. I was actually doing. It was really like a fight simulation, more pad work. I wasn't even sparring, but it was a hard fight simulation pad work. Like my guy had a body pad on, etc. But it was instead of pads, we had gloves on, and we were kind of simulating the fight. But he was letting me work, and it was just an accidental thumb in the eye, man. That just one of the freak accidents, um, and just unfortunately it happened right of the weekend before fight week. If it would have happened, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before time, um, I would have possibly been able to heal up and jump back in because I was in really good shape. But I mean, like I said, man, I couldn't even go outside for about 5 days before I could even open my eye. It was just so irritated, man. It threw my equilibrium off and everything, bro. That's how bad my eye was messed up.
Yeah, the eye's nothing to mess around with. So I mean, like I said, I'm glad you're back to 100%. But
I'm completely 100%, man. I basically had a mini camp with 3 weeks healing from the injury, and then right back into another camp. Fury decided they wanted to keep me. They told my manager. I mean, obviously we know the kid's background. We've seen him fight. We've looked at him, and we know he was going to show up if he wasn't going to lose a fucking eye. So thankfully they kept me, and they wanted to keep me in my deal, and you know from there. So
yes, sir. So I mean, now with the changing of opponents, how do you feel about that? Do you know anything about Adrian Peterson? Actually, do you know anything about him? I'm sorry, Aaron Peterson. Peterson, the
yeah. I mean,
Minnesota Viking.
we've done a lot of film study on the guy already so far. We've got a good game plan for the guy. I found out a couple weeks ago he's Steven Peterson's little brother. Steven Peterson was in the UFC. The guy with the big Superman tattoo on his chest. He had like a crazy spinning back fist knockout. But they're out of Fortis MMA, man. They're all right. They got a good coach for safe side and stuff. But I'm not sure how much Aaron works with him. Um, I mean, I think it's a good matchup. I think it's a fun fight. Uh, I definitely think I'm gonna be able to go in there and do my thing, man. We've got something special planned for this guy, man. So we're coming in there ready to go. I'm 100% confident in this matchup, in this fight. I look to go in and put on a good performance, no matter what. So we're ready to go for sure, man. I've been training really hard. I got a team of killers around me, man. I got killer coaches, bro, that are just got me completely locked in. My weight's locked in. My meal's been locked in. My camp has been locked in. It's just unbelievable how in good shape I am for this fight, man. I really learned a big lesson in my last amateur fight, and I wouldn't trade that lesson for $1 million, man. We're ready to fucking rock.
I can hear the confidence in your voice. So I can also hear that they're calling you. So my last question for you, and we'll wrap it up here. But He's want to know as a pro, but you're actually the more experienced of the two. I mean, despite the fact that he's, pro, you've got way more experience. So I mean, is that what kind of plays into your confidence here? I mean, I can hear it in your voice. You seem like you have the edge in this one.
I know I have the edge, man. I've got 11 amateur fights across the country. I fought for several titles, man. I fought for several high-level promotions that they weren't feeding me opponents, man. I've been the home guy. I've been the away guy. I fought guys on 5 days' notice. I mean, I fought D1 wrestlers. I fought high-level kickboxers, Muay Thai guys that went and trained in Thailand just to fight me. This guy had 3 amateur fights before he wanted to go pro, man. I'm not sure what he's thinking with that. I don't know how you can do something 3 times and then be a professional. I've done this 11 times, man. I've cut weight 11 times, not alone fought 11 times. I've done 11 training camps. I've got way more experience than this guy, but it's all said and done on one night. Only one night matters. But I plan on taking that experience in there with me, and I think it's going to show, man. I think you're going to see that there's levels to this fight game, and I think you'll see it in the fight on August 2nd, man.
I think so as well. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like I said the last time we spoke, it's always scary when you see a guy that's 3-0 going pro, and you have no idea how you rebound from a loss. You have no idea. There's a lot of unknowns when you're 3-0. So I mean, it's just kind of funny. Everything plays out like that.
Yeah, man. I feel like everybody's got to learn lessons in this sport, man, and I feel like I've been giving my learning lessons from guys, and I took it in just as well as I can give it. You know what I mean? So I plan on teaching this guy a learning lesson. And look, I respect the guy. I respect him before, during, and after the fight, man. But I'm coming to take his head off, man. I'm not playing any games. I'm not fucking around, man. I'm coming. I'm coming into his hometown, man. I plan on taking everything that he's got. Like I said, man, I've been the hometown guy. I've been the away guy. So this ain't nothing that I ain't never done before. So if he thinks being in Dallas is gonna throw me off at all, dude, we're coming down there a little early, just so we can get the weight cut dialed in. So we're not rushing the cut as soon as we get off the plane. I mean, we're fucking locked and loaded, man. My coaches are on this guy as far as film. We know exactly what we're getting ourselves into, man. And if this guy better be prepared, man, because we're coming to take his fucking head off no matter where he wants to try to take the fight. He can do whatever he wants. Like I said, man, go ahead and get you when we're in there, because when I get me, man, it's going to fucking hurt. I'll tell you that.
Man, that's the best sales pitch I've ever heard. Get your tickets. Sign up for UFC Fight Pass. August 2nd, Fury, Tyler Stout, Aaron Peterson. Make sure you get your tickets, guys. You're not gonna want to miss it.
I get some shout outs real quick.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Floor's yours.
Man, I want to shout out Two Brothers Muay Thai Wild Bunch, man. I want to shout out Bryant Haynes, Derek Dispinet, Zach Grasso, Nathan Two Bills Pierce. I want to shout out my son and his mother for taking care of me outside of the gym and making sure my personal life is always straight. Big shout out to my coaches and my sponsors. And I want to let y'all know, man, I appreciate y'all having my back. Shout out to Combat Sports Report, man. You're one of the only guys that I ever do interviews with. I got a couple people reaching out to me for interviews, and they just some people just ain't like you, man. I really love this channel. I really love what you got going on, man, and I support you from the start to finish, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the time as always. Like I said, Tyler Stout, you're not going to want to miss his pro debut. Tickets, UFC Fight Pass, hit him up. Come support Tyler. No smoke, baby.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Let's get it. That's the best exit we're gonna get. Thank you so much for the time, brother. Appreciate you.